Hi everyone. It's been forever. Lots of reasons for that, but we will have a quick look around the garden. Partially is the garden looks awful in winter, and it really did need a huge tidy up. As you can see, we've put down a lot of mulch. And we've done a fair bit of remodelling as well in the garden, not in the house. That's still a work in progress. So along here at the front, we've got a Greek sage there. That's a nice little mullein plant, which will not be so little in 3 months' time. Just some standard poppies there. Nothing special about those, aside from they're pretty and I like them. The white sage has gone a bit bonkers, as you can see. Here's one of our new peach trees. This is to replace the one that got overwatered to death. Well, more to the point, didn't get enough sun, didn't have enough drainage. So we did a lot of remodelling there. I've got a fair bit of lemon thyme there. We've got some hyssops here, some calendulas, more white sage. These are costmary strawberries, and some self-heal that will spread around there. So this is the Fresno peach. I can't remember what this one is, but it's going to be a really late one. As you can see, it's only just flowering. The wild rosemary got a massive cut back. Here at the front we've got a herb. That one's a herb Bennett, and some calendulas growing around there. Just some thyme. Some more calendula. That's a dock. Pretty sure it's a dock. This is a donut peach. And look, even the babies are so cute. Look, they're tiny little donutty butts. Sorry, peaches, butts. More calendulas, some nigella there. That's a hemia. I've got quite a few angelicas going right now. That is, this one is, come on, someone tell me, no, not meadowsweet. Original aspirin. It'll come to me later. So we've got some St. John's wort here, too far away from blooming, as well as my rose geranium. The biggest angelica known to man. So this one over here is a soapwort. These yellow flowers are woad. They don't belong to that, obviously. Just to give you an idea of scale, my hand with a big cat bite on it, and the giant angelica. Mulleins, which are more the type of size that they will be, rather than the one out front. Some marshmallow coming back up. I've moved all the tansy that was at the front to here. The feverfew. This one is the Ludwigania artemisia. I'm pretty sure it's Ludwigania. This is the arborescens. So lots of feverfews along the back here. And you can see the size of those mulleins. So they're about probably 55 centimetres across. In that little pot there, there's some, spot, there's some butcher's broom. This is the African dream herb. A bit of lemon balm and some catnip. The orris root is in flower. I'm going to have so many flowers of these, and I've got a heap of babies too. So if you want one, let me know. We've got some violets, catnip, lots of skullcap coming up here. As you can see, Herb Roberts. So yeah, more skullcap coming up in the middle. That's patchouli that's gone to seed. And California poppies, which we have our first one just there. Then we have some chamomile over here, which will go a bit nuts later on. And there is a duho, which is a little angelica, and a purple broadleaf plantain. Now I'll just take you, oh gosh, what can I smell? Oh, it's the sage. Of course it's the white sage. What am I talking about? Alright, we'll come around. As you can see, the camellias, which are lovely, but they make an awful mess. And around the back. So it's had a fairly big tidy up since the last time I showed you, but at the same time plants just keep multiplying. So what we have going on over here is my little nettle patch over there. The blackthorns come back beautifully after winter, as has this hawthorn. We might get berries this year. This is a thorn that I rescued, but I don't think I rescued it from the place in time. So in the end, I might just have to salvage it for its wood. Big Brugmansia, which got a little frostbitten. We had some bad frosts, so it's not looking its best, but it's not looking terrible either. Got the thuja there, and a juniper there, and the yew tree is here. See our little yew tree? Well, he's about 3 times the size of he was when I got him. That's another thuja, and of course a mugwort, because I've got them everywhere. The ginkgo is just starting to open, as is, oops, get out of the way, as is the rowan there. So I think I made a huge mistake. I had this giant clump of vetiver, and I thought, oh, I'll move it and break it up, because I know that they break it up, but it did not like it, not one little bit. So anyway, we're seeing what will happen if we give it some TLC. More orris root. That's a wisteria, so climbing up a piece of birch. We've got red clovers, some more skullcap there. Some seedlings I've just repotted, which is some elecampane, which are along here. Tulsies, some vervain, which are these little guys. They look a little bit like they've had too much water right now, but they've just been repotted. Some mugwort cuttings that are ready to go, for people who've asked. Goldenrod, not dock. Some more lemon balm, because you can never have too much Melissa. Now these licorices, which are full of weeds, but you can see that they're just starting to come out of the ground with their new growth there. So there's a few of those, because they take a few years to come along, so you've got to have them going. Monarda, and some mints. So there's an orange mint and a chocolate mint. More licorice. Comfrey here, and a bunch of pots of overfilled with mullein. So if you do want one of those, please let me know as well. These are Indigo Australis that I've just repotted, hopefully not too early. And some blue butterfly pea, because, you know, I want to make fancy cocktails. Some plantains, more angelica. For some reason I have angelica everywhere. I'll have to look into the significance of that. More plantains growing everywhere. More hyssop. This is an apothecary rose. What else do we have? Well, of course, in the back here we have our mandrakes. They're all hiding. They have this way of wanting to hide, so I kind of just let them. A very fluffy mugwort plant that, well, if you'll remember, was the size of my house, and we gave it a good cut. And some rue, as well as some silver thyme, some madder, so it's a red dye plant in the roots. We have some henbane seedlings and some milk thistle here. And then we've got the greenhouses, which are going to get replaced tomorrow. So then we turn around. So this wild and crazy mess is mostly potatoes. So sort of all of this bit is potatoes. They're French shallots. The guys at the front here are garlics. There's a couple of leeks there, more garlics. I'll talk to you about the trees in a second, but at the back there's some figs. Down the front here we've got some belladonnas, which are sort of just sitting with a bit of shelter. So some more belladonna there, and the hemlock. See, hemlock. Alright, quick. We as well like to do the quick hemlock identification. So looks sort of slightly parsley-ish. Has that square looking stem like parsley. But if you get in here and see what we can demonstrate, you'll see little purple spots. If we can see. Not really quite mature enough to show you that, but just be careful of anything that looks like this. It is highly poisonous. So yeah, hemlock, wait for it, concrete, parsley. So that's continental parsley, so obviously it's a lot more green. Lots of seaside daisies, which are incredible weeds. But you know, the weed is only a plant you don't want in that spot. We've got some rhubarb that I rescued again there. There's white peppermint growing in this garden as well. As a that's a peach and nectarine hybrid. And we've got another peach and nectarine there. We've got a black nectarine. You can see it's covered in fruit, and well as the figs in the middle there, we've got some fruit on. This is a dragon fruit, because you know, tropical plants in Melbourne are always going to go well. That's my horseradish. And then we basically have my tree lodge. So there was a giant diosma here that we cut right back because we needed the space, basically. Well, I needed the space. So here we've got some hazelnut, English white hazel. Then we've got, this is a cherry tree. Some rowan cuttings that I have here going. That is a Canotto. Standard Tahitian lime. Kaffir lime. In the back there is a Rangpur lime, which is a cross between a lime and a mandarin. This long skinny beast here is my mulberry tree. You can see the little fuzzy caterpillar mulberries there. We've got the Siberian ginseng here. Finally got some leaves on my witch hazel, which I thought was dead. Some cramp bark down here. More cramp bark. It's a different one. It's a bigger one. At the back here you can see these are linden. And this is a Japanese honeysuckle creeper, which needs a bigger pot and needs something to climb all over. At the moment it's only got something very small. So you can see still not everything is looking at its best, but everything's starting to come back, and seedlings are starting to come up. And tomorrow I'm going to go get a new larger greenhouse for some of the plants that really need to be in the greenhouse all year, even in summer in Melbourne. They just prefer it because they like the humidity, and hopefully get some shelves going to raise some of these plants up and push things back so we have more space. Because what I'd like to do is we have run workshops down here near the shed, but we will start to run workshops up here in this area. So still cleaning it all up, but that's the plan. Alright, that was 15 minutes. I'm not even going to show you the back because it's utter mess. The deck is still disgusting and needs to be replaced. And no one needs to look at the concrete. How boring. Shouldn't I show you something much more interesting like this lovely Brookmansia? We will be back with a new podcast shortly. I've had some health problems that needed to get through, and it was quite tough emotionally to get through, but you know, we're doing well and we're healthy now. Just need to get back on the horse, so to speak. So, not a horse. I didn't actually like fall off a horse or anything. Horses are scary, but they're quite awesome too. I will stop rambling and upload this video, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks I will show you what this all looks like revamped. Bye for now.